The shorter answer to the title of this video is that I get to be me for larger portions of a day. The longer answer and the point to this video in general is a lot more nuanced than that. So in this video, I'll discuss the things that I considered personally, the mindset and steps along the way that helped me make the most informed decision possible. And at the end, I'll even go over some of the questions you might have around the money that the VC makes and the money that I make results of these deals. You also notice that I'm here at the office. It's snowing pretty hard outside, so the office is very barren right now. I came because I knew I was going to be filming this video and I knew I wanted to explain this to all of you. So this video will also be showing you around the office a little bit because I'll be taking the camera around as I explain this journey that I had from software engineering to venture capital. Okay, let me first just quickly address some of the questions that you may have. Yes, my degree from MIT is in aerospace engineering. Yes, I ended up ditching aerospace in general and went into AI, which was a fast growing field and continued to be the fastest growing field right now. And yes, now I'm in venture capital here in Cambridge as a principal investor. And I happen to be still just steps away from MIT. And no, I don't have any formal finance experience, but that's a whole topic for another video. If you would have had a conversation with me just 4 years ago, there's no way I would have predicted that I would be in VC today. My dreams have definitely varied over time, and to give you all a better understanding of why that even is the case, I kind of have to talk a bit about my mindset pre-sickness versus post-sickness. I just dreamed of gaining financial independence, that I wanted to become a serial entrepreneur, and ultimately that I wanted to just be able to control what I do on a daily basis, whether that was building cool apps that leverage AI or just building out, physical projects that I had in mind, or just taking the time to talk to my personal mentees as a part of my mentorship program full-time. But this segues very nicely into Link Ventures. And what I said in the beginning of this video was that I get to be me for larger portions of time. I am a founder and engineer at heart, but I also love mentoring people. I love having these conversations where I know I'm having a positive impact on the people's lives that I talk to. I also love creating content like this and inspiring others to strive for more and just giving people an insight as to what people do in these jobs that I know seem so mystical and just hard to obtain. I love building and I love engineering stuff still, and I will continue to have that be a portion of my life through whether it's side projects or automating workflows here at Link Ventures. That will never go away. But in my core, I knew that I had much more in me than just being an engineer. Sure, I was able to fill that role and it resulted in compensation that I could have only dreamt of, in promotions and raises that I was really proud of. But I just knew that I had more to offer this world, more to offer myself, and more to offer any team that I was going to be a part of. But I know I promised we'll have a money discussion, so let's talk money. So obviously I'm not going to get into the details of my salary for certain reasons, but I'm going to give you a better idea of how investors and how VCs themselves make their money. Without sharing any of the specific percentages involved, know that VCs take a very small percentage of the assets under management to pay the salaries out for the team. That's how I make my salary, that's how the other people on our team make our salary, and this is standard across the industry. We call this a management fee. Then, of course, the goal of a fund is to invest money, have that grow, and then make more money, right? It's like any other investment, but this time we're investing in startups. So for every fund, we raise this large pool of money. That money comes from LPs, which are limited partners, managing directors. We get a large fund. The hope is, as you make money from those funds and as those investments mature and actually gain value, the first priority is to pay back those people who contributed to those funds to begin with. Those all go back to the people or organizations who funded the fund. And then beyond that, we get into profits. The majority of the profits do also go back to the people who contributed to the fund for obvious reasons. But still substantial goes back to the VC, and it's dispersed through the stakeholders within the VC. Usually higher percentage for managing directors, co-founders, things like that. And then it trickles all the way down to, say, a principal like me, who will also gain some sort of carried interest, is what we call it in this case. I'll be committing to posting at least once a week with these vlog style, more casual type of videos. And I've already filmed that next video that will be posted this coming week. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that. If you made it to this part of the video, say can't wait for the day in the life so that I know you made it this far. And as always, stay positive, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next one.